Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by top light heavyweight Conor Wallace. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Thanks very much for having me on.
Absolute pleasure. I mean, a man ranked in the top 10 of all those governing bodies, a man waiting for his world title opportunity. It's big times at the moment for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Like every fight from here on in is basically like a world title fight, because if you lose, you slip back down the rankings. So, every fight's a must win from here on in, and I'm looking forward to a massive year.
For yourself, you've got yourself in this position fairly early on in your career. Is this sort of where you expected to be in your professional career after this many fights?
Oh well, like I had a lot of amateur fights, and like I didn't really need to not waste time fighting the journeyman and stuff. But we sort of stepped up pretty quickly because I had that amateur background, and you know, I love the big fights. I love the big nights. I've never ever backed down from a fight, and I intend to do that for the rest of my career. I think you're sort of remembered for the people you fought, not the people who you didn't fight. So now I'm looking forward, and I think with big risk comes big reward, and with a great team around me at the minute, I'm moving in the right direction. So.
You mentioned your amateur career there and the sort of standing you had with your amateur game. Much of that was over this way of the world in Ireland and in and around. Talk to me about the experience you gained there.
Yeah. I had 175 amateur fights, so I was pretty well schooled in the amateurs. Traveled all over the world with Ireland, and been in America, Russia, Azerbaijan. Got to see a lot of countries and been in with a lot of good guys. So I picked up a lot of experience along the way, and hopefully it'll stand me in good stead now as I move on in my pro career.
You say 175 amateur fights. I mean, was there ever a time where you wanted to move into the pros sooner, or for you, was it the right time?
I think it probably was the right time. Like I had a lot of fights, as I say, but in Ireland, like you can fight maybe 3 times in one weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's pretty common. Like any of the boys are in my sort of team or around that age group I was in, all would have had lots of fights as well. When you start boxing from your 11, and obviously I finished my pro or my amateur career then when I was like maybe 21, 22. So you don't be long racking the fights up over the years.
For you, the pro move sort of coincided with the move over to Australia. Talk to me about how that came about.
Yeah, so my current manager at the minute, Stephen Deller, contacted me whenever I was in Ireland to see was I interested in turning professional in Australia, and Patrick Hyland told him about myself. I think he had a bit good connection with Patrick Hyland, and he had a good connection with Irish fighters before as well. So it was a good opportunity. I come over and seen what the gym was like and the people and the vibe and where I was going to be staying or how it was going to work or whatever. And I jailed as soon as I got here, and the weather's unbelievable. The people are very good people, and I haven't looked back since. So, it's been great, and obviously pairing up with Tasman Fighters in as well as my promotional team to give me a great platform, like the headline live in the zone and stuff. So I can't really ask for much more.
How different is the atmosphere and sort of the boxing community over in Australia to what it was like back in Ireland?
Yeah, well, I think when I first came here, it maybe wasn't as big, but I think now, like with the likes of Jai Bataya, Tim Tszyu, George Kambosos, they're all guys that were flying the flag high for Australian boxers and showing that it can be done at the top level, and it just took for them guys to be noticed. And I think Australian boxing's in a really good place at the moment, and it's a great time to be a part of it.
What's it like walking into those gyms as an Irishman over in Australia? Is it a little bit different walking in with all the Australian guys? Do they give you a bit of stick or?
Not really as such. There is a good few Irish guys in the gym now too, and it sort of feels like home for me now. I've got a great support here in Australia, and like if you go look at the fights, you'd think it was in Ireland. The amount of people that come to the fights all wearing the green shirts and stuff, and it's very humbling. And I think St. Patrick's Day, my next fight, is just going to be even bigger again. So.
You mentioned about the likes of Jai Bataya, George Kambosos, Tim Tszyu as well. Have you noticed in the time that you've been over in Australia that the fact that the boxing is growing over there?
Yeah, 100%. It's going from strength to strength, and with guys like Jay paving the way for us, it's unbelievable, and it's a great time to be a part of it. As I say, you know, Jay will be headlining them cards, and it'll be nice to maybe get on the undercard of some of them big shows, and that's what you work your whole life for. That's what it's all about.
Have you had a chance to spar any of the top names at all, or?
I have been oh yeah, I've sparred Tim Zoo and stuff before. So I've sparred Tim Zoo a while back. He's a little bit, obviously he's a bit letting me, but he spars heavier guys.
Yeah.
So nah, it's been good. I haven't sparred Jay, but sparred a lot of good guys around here. There's a lot of good amateurs and stuff as well coming through in Australia. So um it's great time to be a part of it, as I say, and everything's moving well in the right direction for me.
That experience with Tim must be really good for you mentally as well. Obviously, you say he's obviously lighter, but he's got that world championship pedigree. He's been there right at the top. That must give you confidence that you're able to handle him.
Yeah, definitely. It was a little while back now when I sparred Tim, and he's gone from strength to strength since that. But to be in the mix with them guys, and shows you with hard work, dedication, perseverance, it can be done. It's just Tim's just a normal guy as well with a big work ethic, and similar to Jay. Like just put it all on the line, and it has paid off.
17th of March, you take on Jack Gipp, and 10-rounder. I think you've had a few 10-rounders before. You returned with an 8 last time out, but is this just another move towards that world title eliminator for you?
Yeah. As I say, every fight's a must-win fight from here on in, and Jack's a good opponent. He had a big amateur career as well. I know that, and he will bring a tough task, I believe. But I do believe I'm better than him in every department, and I'm looking forward to showing that on St. Patrick's night.
I'd like to get your thoughts on some of the sort of light heavyweight happenings around the world, particularly in the UK here. It's a really strong division at the moment. You've got the likes of Anthony Yard, Joshua Buatsi, Dan Aziz, who's obviously just lost. Could you be tempted back over here for one of those sort of fights?
Yeah, definitely. As I say, I'm not a million miles away from them guys. I'm ranked in the top 10 in the world with all the major governing bodies. So the experience for me now is key. A couple more fights, and then I reckon I'm coming for them sort of guys. That's where I want to be, and that's what I've worked my whole life for to get to that level. And I'll do whatever it takes to get towards that world title.
Do you keep a real eye on what's going on right at the summit of division for when you get there?
Yeah, 100%. They're the guys you're chasing. So obviously, I'm a boxing fanatic myself. So I'm always watching boxing, no matter what weight division, but especially my own weight division. And they're the guys you're chasing, so you're going to be watching them to see, and that's what you dream about. The big nights fighting them boys, and I believe I'm not too far away from them big fights.
The fight right at the summit of the light heavyweight division is Dmitry Bivol and ARTUR BETERBIEV. Thankfully, we're going to be seeing that in not too long from now. I mean, what's the excitement levels like for that, and how do you see it going?
Yeah, I'm absolutely pumped. I can't wait to see that one. I definitely would have said Bivol very confidently until I seen the job that Beterbiev done on Callum Smith. But it will be a very interesting fight. I still maybe do think that Bivol will win, but it's a 50-50 fight. It'll be interesting to see can Bivol keep him off for the full 12 rounds. He just looks like he looks so strong, Beterbiev, and looks like a force to be reckoned with.
Do you feel like lots of people have made something of the age of Beterbiev, 38 years of age and still doing it right at the top? But do you feel as if at some point that will catch up with him?
Oh, sure, yeah. Like age gets the better of everyone, but for a bit of him, he doesn't seem like he's slowing up. He doesn't seem to like he's slowing up at all, but age gets the better of everyone eventually. So and that's a good thing for me, I think, as well. With me being pretty young in my pro career, and just highly ranked, so I can only get better with age, I believe.
Do you feel like once you get to that stage where you're ready for that world title shot, and that world title shot's right in front of you, those guys will still be there?
Possibly. Like I would like to fight for a world title in the next sort of 18 months, and I've got a great team around me, and 18 months is not that long really, you know what I mean? I reckon I'm 3 or 4 fights away from fighting for that world title, you know, maybe one or two more fights this year, and then a big maybe fight at the end of the year, you know. So as I say, I'm moving in the right direction, and I've got a great team with Tasman Fighters and Steve Deller, my manager, as well. And they're giving me the best opportunities possible, and I've got my best interests at heart, you know.
Conor, best of luck on March 17th, and thank you very much for your time, mate.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.